Lords and ladies, welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later with your host, Jacob Butter. All right, if you will indulge me for a second, I just realized I completely forgot to actually set up the popcorn and milk I usually have. Actually, no, I've got the popcorn here, I've got this, but I need to get my Levi drink. So I will leave you on intermission mode for a moment, but I'll put something else on. There you go. Here's my creepy VTuber. All right, I'll be back in a moment. Oh wow, you're actually still here. You lot are loyal. Okay. All right. No, I accidentally almost clicked a button. That was my bad. Okie dokie. What a day. What a day indeed. This is interesting. I was actually woken by the sounds of a storm going off, and I thought, okay, I've slept through storms before. That's fine. I'll be able to do this. It's fine. And then afterwards, I hear my mum shouting inside the house for us to come and help her. So immediately, without like getting my voice was super hoarse and everything. I think like with no chance to go to the loo or clear my throat or anything, I'm just out there. And yeah, but it just turns out that our garage had been flooded, so they're sweeping for a bit. Then afterwards, I don't know why, but despite the fact that we knew that it was most likely going to continue to rain, we decided to go for a little bit of a walk. Okay, granted, my mum is doing this charity thing. We're doing 300,000 steps on average by the end of September, which is great. But yeah, maybe it doesn't have to be 10,000 a day. It just has to be, an average overall. So if there was one day to skip, I would have chosen this one, especially because she'd already done 5,000 by the time the garage was cleared. So yeah. And then afterwards, I was about to go have a bath, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, relax, take my mind off things, everything, warm up." Suddenly, I discover in my recommended section of YouTube, Master X, What If Piccolo Had a Son? And if you've seen the Butter Bunch, you know why I had to respond in the moment as quickly as possible, which meant, of course, a second stream at off-peak time, but seemingly actually engaged quite a few people. Ended up actually creating an entire server after that. So yeah, very interesting day. I will cover more about that in Walking Wednesday. For now, let's go ahead and actually begin. That is, if I actually don't press the video storage section and I actually go to the local video, which is what I use for this. Well, I downloaded this in advance, but clearly I was not prepared beforehand. But here we go. Today, we are looking at Zane Betrayed. 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 In case anyone has seen, what was that, Superman 4? Anyway, doesn't matter. Zane Betrayed. And you can tell by the, I don't know, don't be fooled by the artistic design of the background and the cool colors and everything. No, this is an ominous ordeal. This is gut-wrenching drama here. This is nothing. This is not pettiness. And once again, a plan in MyStreet going wrong. No. This is the pinnacle of romantic conflict. And thus, I have here once a different Levi glass, Levi mug, just because the other ones were in the wash. This one is a little bit deeper and much less for surface area, so you get more of a grip, but you have to drink a little bit further down. I recommend the wider surface and the and slightly shallower. That is the optimal Levi drinking experience, in case anyone wants to attempt that at home. So good luck with that, and without further distraction, on with the reaction. I'm sorry, is this work? I mean, it's like, does this work by...
Oh my...
Was it Little Mix who did that one? Like, not the Rihanna one where she seems like she's half asleep during the entire song. No, not that one.
Irene, I love this song!
Wanna dance?
Huh? Me?
Did it just
Yeah,
change?
what do you say?
The music just changed. Let me put the volume up.
Oh, I'm...
Oh, that did nothing. Okay, never mind. I'll put it back down again. Maybe that was the 7 seconds you can get away with on YouTube copyright system or something. I don't know.
Not really good at dancing.
Yet you wanna be a theater performer?
That's different. At least I...
That's true. You know, not every theatre performance is a triple threat. That's very true.
I consider it to be different.
How so?
I don't have to move my hips all crazy like. I'm not very good at that.
Well, I can help you learn how to move your hips. We can dance.
I mean...
Yes. No, you to learn to move your hips, you have to do the Newt Scamander crab dance. You know? You know, this one. Swivel the hips. Swivel, Theseus. I am swiveling. I knew it wasn't going to be long before I eventually ended up dancing on Twitch. It had to happen at some point. But the top part of that dance was this, apparently. You know, getting the imitation down. If anyone wants to watch Secrets of Dumbledore, that's look forward to that scene. No, seriously, look forward to that scene. It's a good one.
I don't know. The song's almost over.
Come on, let me show you like this.
The song is over. This is a different one. Was it worth getting a reference to that song at the beginning? Was it like how he used like a bit of Hotline Bling in Aphmau in Wonderland?
I go back for more punch and look what happens. Hey, where are those hands going? Oh, no.
See? Told ya. Song ended, didn't even get to dance.
You totally lucked out on that one. Maybe we could dance to the next song.
I brought more kiwi drinks.
Travis, thank you so much. I didn't realize how thirsty I was.
Yeah, you weren't the only one.
Huh?
Hey, we should get off the dance floor, you know, to make sure we don't spill the drinks.
That goes like a little bit like Hunter, but just with ultimate eyes.
Good idea, Travis.
That guy's just like staring down at his feet. To be fair, not a bad strategy sometimes when you're in more crowded settings, just so you know where you're walking.
Oh, shoot.
Huh?
I spilled some drink on my...
This is reminding me of Club Nightfly from Fallen Angels, where the music just doesn't match the scene whatsoever.
dress. Darn it, this was a new outfit, too.
Yeah, and it's also not a dress, because it's not one piece.
No, Caitlin, that's...
Hopefully this helps.
Thank you, Kai.
Whoa! Where did that come from?
I grabbed it from the table.
Don't put your napkin on her.
Huh?
It's dirty! A dirty napkin on her clean dress.
Which was stained.
But I don't see any other napkins around.
Wait here and I'll go get one then. Just keep your grabby hands away from her.
Well, I mean, that is what Caitlin said. You know, keep your hands to yourself to Aaron all the time. So, it's only fitting. I suppose they match.
What was that about?
This is the best napkin fort ever!
Wow.
Now just to put on the last napkin.
Give me those napkins.
Don't
Hey!
need all
Sorry,
of them.
I'm in a hurry.
How rude! Great. Now I have to go get more napkins.
Wait, there's another
All
tab.
right! Huh? Why are there so many napkins? Whatever. There! Now to put the note down and...
Oh, that's why.
Not to wait at the spot for Zane!
I'll pause here. Because I actually have a bit of a story for this one. I actually once had a crush on this girl who I'm not going to name, obviously. Um, and I believe, yeah, she was a year older than me, and we were in a show together, and she was actually going to be graduating afterwards. So if I was going to make my move or come clean or anything like that, then I was going to have to do it soon. So actually, what I ended up doing, I did actually leave a note. I got an envelope and everything with her name on it and such. I don't remember how I did that without giving away anything because I didn't exactly order them. Possibly there was a blank envelope I just nabbed from somewhere in the house. I don't actually remember this part of the story. Anyway, I put that in. I actually had my confession like already written down. But the thing is, I didn't want it to be. Actually, no. I had a counterintuitive thought. I didn't put my name on it. I thought it'd be more romantic if I didn't, that kind of thing. But also I made sure that it was very obvious that it was me. It just so happened, I think I had an appointment one time, and so I left it early. I think someone discovered it right as I was leaving. I'd left it a while ago, so it's not like I just like plopped it down and then they connected the dots. No, it had been there for quite some time, and but that saved me from having to pretend that I was blissfully unaware of its contents. I timed it specifically because I knew I was going to be leaving early or something. But also, I had it in rhyme, so the only person who really ever did anything in rhyme was me. But they didn't all know that. I printed it out as well, so that it wasn't obvious from my handwriting. They didn't all know that at the time. I knew some people would possibly put it together. I wanted it to be theorized, basically. I wanted to be talked about and like built up in her mind. And then eventually I did actually say something to her in the after party. I just said like, oh yeah, it was me who did that, and she found it sweet. That was the end of the story, really. I don't think I saw her again after that. I shared a room with her actually because we spent the night over, but yeah, nothing else after that. So there you go. That was that story. So sometimes leaving a note actually does help, but of course, make sure that you actually do something that Kawaii-chan didn't do here, and I did, which was leave the person's name on the envelope. That's how you know.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else.
Oh, good.
No
You can step out. You're alone now. Perfect.
Did you really just ask me to marry you?
Yeah.
And I said yes?
Yeah.
And that's the last episode recap. Thank you, Aphmau. Okay, but this time I'll give it a pass because she's obviously in shock.
You did.
Wow! And this isn't a dream, right? This is really all happening?
Yes.
Pinch me. Harder! I didn't even feel that!
Wait. That's a Sylvana quote. No, it's a Ziada quote, but to Sylvana. Aphmau's wedding because it's turning into a mother, so careful.
Why can't I feel that? Wow!
There we go.
It's okay. I felt that. Why did that take a while to feel?
I guess your tolerance for pain is increased.
Apart from the internal pain you've been feeling this entire time, but
Is that because...
Probably.
Right. Speaking of which, there's so much we have to tell everyone! I mean, like, aside from my ears and tail.
I know. It's gonna be a lot. Maybe just one thing at a time, then.
That's a good idea, because I can just imagine the situation where they're like, hey guys, guess what? Aphmau's a werewolf and we're engaged now, bye! And it was like, what, werewolf, bring, thing, happy, but confused, that kind of thing.
Sounds good. Or maybe we just tell them everything all extravagantly. Like, maybe we just get a big old chocolate cake and pop out of it and just yell, surprise, we're getting married!
You mean like how Eric jumped out of a cupcake before to try and get Aaron to bite him?
Babe, you realize you can't have chocolate now, right?
What?
She didn't say she'd eat it. She just said she'd come out of the chocolate cake. She didn't say that she had to consume any of the chocolate. You know.
Come on, you knew this.
Yeah, I did. That's still gonna be something I get used to.
Speaking of which, I think while we're up here, we should work on hiding your ears.
Really?
Yeah, come on, we could try at least. Then maybe we could talk about the wedding.
Okay, that's adorable. I'm saving my Levi drink. I'm
Huh? Hey, where did all my napkins go? Great. How rude can people get a... A note? Ooh, it's got a little heart on it.
Two, in fact.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Ugh. I guess we're all... I mean, I know I said that my note rhymed, but I made sure there was my words, not... It's like, I mean, if anyone says me like a Valentine card like that, I'll say to them, roses are red, violets are blue, this is overused, think of something new.
You're really cute, and I want to hold you. Meet me down by the beach on the east end when you can. We need to talk. I want to love you. Please let me. Huh? This is for me? But from who?
See, the other thing about this plan is that Kawaii-chan didn't know. Well, I mean, I know that maybe Gareth and Zane got a table together or something. I don't recall from the last episode really, but it's still the implication, you know? Because Zane would.
Whoa! Okay, all right, I'm all for this.
Well, that was a huge coincidence.
It's her! Oh, beach, here I come!
Really?
Yeah, our entire
I mean, if she was like wanting to meet you, then she could just go now, or maybe just try to make it a surprise. I don't know.
neighborhood just blew up. It was crazy.
Did you ever find out who was responsible?
No, we didn't, and we probably never will.
No, I'm sure that's the case. But also, honestly, whether you kind of did know, they said it was Mayor Chad. Your house was different, though, Travis.
It's all in the past now.
At least you guys are safe. Really, that's all that matters. But seriously, you're...
Yeah, true. Imagine if someone had been in that explosion and then flown across the world and landed on tropical resorts.
Your life sounds so fascinating, Caitlin.
It does. Almost like people should watch the earlier seasons because they are indeed fascinating and fun and enjoyable.
I mean, when I go out, yeah.
I'd love to be a part of it.
Hey, Caitlin, can I?
Well, joke's on you, Kai, because we're not accepting any more members into the cast. It's pretty full now, and even then, we've got Lawrence and Dante still waiting for their role to come back.
Speak with you for a moment in private?
Oh, sure. Be right back, Kai.
No OCs, only diaries characters. Well, they're all
Hey,
OCs.
so, Caitlin, I really want to talk to you about something.
All right.
It's about, that guy over there.
What about him?
Say
He
his name.
seems, I don't know, kind of catty?
He's a Mayflower.
No, not that, like, sly, spiteful.
Kai?
Gee, I wonder who might have been like that at first. I mean, Kai might have gone and came to swivel her hips, but I'm pretty sure there's one too many bees on her butt previously, Travis. Just saying.
I mean, honestly, I don't see that. He's always had a smooth voice, and yeah, I can see where that can come off weird.
I don't have a smooth voice.
Travis! I think you're jealous.
What? No, I'm not. We're just pretend dating. We have limits and boundaries. I'm not.
Travis.
Fine. Caitlin, I didn't want to ask you over here to talk about him, but rather for something else.
Oh.
Go on.
Also, Caitlin, you've been aware of his feelings for like the whole time that you've known him, or the whole time you've remembered him from, Phoenix Drop High, whatever. The time within the numbered seasons. You've known about this ever since he showed up in the neighborhood. So I don't know why it shocks you. You find it shocking that he'd be jealous, but there you go. Also, Travis, please proceed. I've been waiting for this.
I want to go on a date with you. A real date.
Travis?
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin, I know we've had issues in the past, but I want to try again.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take the next step in getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if we'll work. I know there's things we need to talk about, but I'm fine doing that in time.
Oh, please do talk about them because, we actually do have we actually do have to finish that conversation in season 2, which you never actually end up doing. Also, I love how just like we've got the classic like close up on the camera thing, like Kenin's reaction.
Will you go on a date with me?
Travis.
Come on.
Yes. I will.
Yes! I know it was 5 years ago, but I don't care. It's happening, people. My dear fellow traveling shipper Moonty, this is for you. Date, 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 date. Thank you. Oh, my word. All right. Professional. Professional of, tone down, turn on the shipping. You are serious. Just like Zane taught us to be.
Really?
Yes. I'll go on a date with you.
This is the best day ever!
You're
Agreed.
squeezing me pretty hard there.
Agreed. And you know what? I don't care whatever else happens in this episode. I'm Levi drinking to Caitlin finally going on a date with Travis. And to Travis actually asking. Levi drink to both of you. All right, I see you. Jeez, I was Levi drinking. I do read the messages. I just don't always respond within the second. Yeah. As unless you're on Discord, because obviously I don't tend to. I don't always see those ones. So, details. All righty. Traveling.
Yes, traveling. This is the big traveling episode.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, not the big travel episode, but a big travel episode. Which is interesting because like we've been focusing a lot on Zane traveling in episodes. Meanwhile, Aphmau and Aaron have gotten engaged. So,
I mean,
interesting priorities, but I am not complaining.
Sorry, just got excited,
I know.
Alright, let's go talk to Kai. From here, he doesn't seem so bad.
He is
from a
terrible.
distance.
He's terrible.
No. See, Aiden, what Travis is saying is that he doesn't seem bad from a distance. It's when you get close to him.
Yeah. When you actually
There we
have to conversate with him, he kind of sucks a lot.
Oh no, but you got to hear his smooth voice. That was the thing from before in the episode. That's why I mentioned it.
Dork.
Everyone's showing up now.
He's
think you
still
brought him to
immature.
Aiden.
But I'm glad he asked. I was afraid to even open that up.
You could ask, right?
The dude.
Oh, darn it, I was about to do that reference. Jacob, you ruined it. How could you?
I'm the one who wrote that reference.
It doesn't always have to be the dude.
Oh my word. Yeah.
There. Oh, God, I was going to do that.
Okay, yeah. I think yeah, in this instance, I actually would have been even more proud if Caitlyn asked Travis because that would basically have meant for all of Travis's attempts were not fruitless. He's been putting in all of the effort and making all the moves up to now. It would have been nice to see Caitlyn do the same, but oh well, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know he wants to try again.
He's
I mean,
always
yeah.
wanted to try. You're the one who
Yeah.
didn't want to try before.
Yeah, last time it blew up because of you.
Mm-hmm.
What the? Why is this table a mess?
Oh
Seriously!
god, I forgot this was an episode. Oh, I
Yes.
forgot what episode this was. Oh no.
Yeah, you can see the restream title, right? It's Zane Betrayed.
Yeah. Oh no. I hate this. I hate that scene. Why did that scene even have to happen? It didn't even have to happen for Zane-chan.
You know something? I actually sent my usual invite to Monet before this stream, but I said, oh, this is what be one of the worst episodes. So it's not really.
It gives
so
me
if you're on the fence, then this is one to miss. That's what I said. I regret doing that now because up until this point, we've actually had some great moments for all the couples.
I will say.
But
this
now
gives me It's a Family Thing vibes where it's like characters just ending up randomly kissing, and I hate that. I hate doing that just for the drama.
Actually, I would compare it more to the Music Freaks. Well, at least the part that you described the Music Freaks to me. The part that you hate.
Yeah, it's for the drama. I don't I say that as a meme. I don't mean it seriously. Like I'm never gonna seriously do something purely for drama. There's gonna always be more. It's gonna be decent. And if I do something dramatic, it's gonna be for a good reason or well executed. But I don't like when things happen or characters do.
It's like one moment, Mrs. Dysart just comes up to Trevor and was like, "I know that your wife has died and that you are having a sort of thing with Luna, but I just can't resist anymore." And then makes out, and then Luna's in the corner like, "Oh my goodness. Karis, what have you done?
Karis, what have you done? How could you?
You knew how I felt about him. Raw."
Oh god, the drama.
Way too many. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Oh, also,
I imagine it would happen in a fanfic. Like someone just writes a fanfic about Trevor X Mrs. Dysart.
I think within the few Mutant Girl fanfics that there are and that I've read, most of the time what they do is just they ignore the couples that already exist, just so they don't. So I guess they don't.
And then they make up new couples like Reina X Morwena.
Yeah, but that inherently means that by ignoring that and retconning that in the fanfic continuity, that actually means that technically speaking, I have one of the smartest fanfic writers. A collection of them. Anyway.
Huh?
I'm digging this background track.
A letter? With a pink heart?
Uh-huh. Dude,
yep. This is Kawaii-chan's handwriting, all right.
Oh, I love how Zane recognized Kawaii-chan's handwriting, but Gareth couldn't.
Roses are red.
Gareth, in the words of Zane, he has a boob mind.
Yes, boob mind, I remember.
Violets are blue. You're really cute. And I want to hold you.
Yeah, I talked about this one already. It's obviously terrible.
It's not a good poem.
I said my piece when Garth read it out.
Meet me down by the beach on the East End when you can. We need to talk. I want to love you.
I love how the person like Kawaii-chan is be waiting there. It's like, meet you when you can, and she just stays in one position for several hours, just being like, I wonder if he found the letter.
Please let me. Not very good at poetry, but perhaps she wants to talk to me about our relationship. No. Not this time.
Eat it.
I'm going to talk to her. About our feelings.
Oh my word, Zane. It's just a
word. Zane, you made out with her a few times. Come on.
Calm your emo-ness for once.
I wonder where that girl could be.
I don't know. You followed her in a straight line. How'd you lose her?
It's quiet.
Oh god, here we go. Also, I don't like how the whole like climax of this episode was spoiled by the thumbnail.
Well, yes, that's true, but
Like, I mean, if it was Zane betrayal, it should have been something like maybe Kawaii-chan and Zane talking in the thumbnail, and then bam, it's like, ooh, what did she do to betray him? I don't know. It would be something that would be something more vague, you know,
okay,
unless
yeah, I can see
you
that.
know,
I can see
unless
that. Yeah, why not?
and obvious.
Yeah, I think this was still in the era of YouTube of like where there was a big emphasis on. I don't want to say clickbait, but there was in general, not here really, because here they do deliver, but you know, the catchiness of thumbnails and titles suddenly really mattered around this time. So I suppose maybe that was the intent, but you're right, it should have been something else.
Huh?
Did she just hug his waist? Like just like me. And now this happens.
Awkward.
Ew.
Yeah. It's so uncomfortable.
Oh, and Zane walked in precisely at this moment, and not any other time he possibly could have arrived. And even though Kawaii-chan's obscured by the bushes, he still knows it's her, and Gareth can't tell when she's right in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell when you're making out with someone that you know they're.
No, see, that was her alter ego, Kawaii-kun, with Gareth's clothes.
Oh, that was... Huh?
A travesty, yes.
Kawaii-chan!
You didn't look at him before you went in for the kiss? Like, you didn't pay attention to the outfit? Like, a random stranger gonna walk by, you could've just...
Yeah, exactly.
Kiss the
This
random
also means
stranger.
that Kawaii-chan would have made out with the first person that walked by in this public area.
Oh, man. Kawaii-chan! This is so stupid writing! Actually, maybe Tony would like this episode, though. I don't know, because he just did the random characters kissing trope, you know, or like random kiss trope. So, you know, I don't know, maybe she would actually like this and be like, oh, well, it's realistic for the characters. Like, no, it's not. It makes no sense. It's weird. It's not normal to just kiss someone.
Kawaii-chan!
I'm so sorry! I didn't mean for... I thought you were Zane!
What do you mean?
I left a note for Zane and I told him to come here and...
You left a note for... I get it. Oh, this is my fault.
It's also Kawaii-chan's fault for making out with the first person that came along and not writing Zane's name on the envelope addressed to him. Which she left on a random table that he may not have actually come back to.
Got so excited, I didn't even think.
This is my
Because you have
fault!
a boob mind.
Go after him, Kawaii-chan. You need to speak with him, now. I'll talk to him after you're done. He's my brother. He doesn't deserve this.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve either of you right now. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, no one deserves this stupidity.
Zane, I'm sorry.
I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot.
No, Zane, they're the idiots. Genuinely, they are just objectively idiots.
What do you want?
It wasn't what it looked like!
You were exchanging spit with my brother! What do you think I'm supposed to think?
Like
Zane, please, let me explain.
Is he going to let her explain, or is he going to walk away and prolong the drama into a future episode? Let's see
no.
how far we want to go with this romantic cliche.
Okay, wait.
I left a
pause here.
note for you, thinking you'd...
Okay, so she doesn't explain.
Yeah.
Fine. All right. Yep.
To be fair, on Aphmau's end, she didn't let Zane walk off and leave it there, which I will appreciate, even though she should never have this romantic cliche. At least she was willing to have it be explained in this episode instead of waiting to a future episode and be like, oh, Zane and Kawaii-chan are on the outs until she explains, and then they forgive each other and they go more. You know? Like, I mean, it could have happened like that, but it didn't. So I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
fair
I mean,
enough. I mean, honestly,
shouldn't happen in
again,
first
I can
place,
think
but,
of that in
you know.
fanfics. I think in Aphmau fanfics as well. I remember that being a thing quite a lot of the fanfic readings, where someone would just like randomly trip and kiss either one character or several of them at one point.
Then Aphmau kissed Jeffrey and Caitlin at the same time.
Yes,
remember that
exactly.
moment.
And just, like trips over. Yeah, yeah, precisely. You've got that correct.
Get
was-
it?
it was
When you
great.
came to the spot.
Also, the implication, of course, being that Aphmau was tall enough to actually like fall down at the same time and then kiss Jeffrey and Caitlin on the decline. When, of course, if she just tripped down, she would probably kiss their stomachs at most.
I was planning to kiss you. To tell you I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ignoring you.
Shan, kisses
I'm sorry.
aren't apologies. Like, I mean, kisses, I think are nice. I don't know. I never had a kiss, but I imagine they're nice. So I don't think
Yeah.
it would count as an apology. I mean, maybe after a conversation, it would be better, but you know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. To wrap things up, yeah, that would work.
For brushing off your feelings.
If that was the case, then why was Gareth involved?
He accidentally got the note and thought it was for him.
And I was stupid. I just kissed the
didn't
first
sign it.
person I saw for some reason.
Yeah, see, this is the part that's really Kawaii-chan's fault. Apart from again not leaving his name, because yeah, I actually told the story a while before you came here when actually I left a note for somebody that I had a crush on. Which actually, now I think about it, may or may not have been inspired by this episode, but obviously I left the person's name on it, so you know, I actually covered my.
You were actually
bases.
smart.
And also included poetry within the confession, except it was my own poetry, not roses are red, violets are blue.
Roses are red, violets are blue. It's a cliche poem. I hope you think it is too.
This cliche will make me spew. There we go.
I don't know.
I believe you.
Huh?
Gareth is a boob. He doesn't think
There we go.
things through at all.
As a boob mind, yes, exactly.
Plus, I know he wouldn't hurt me.
This is my fault.
I know you wouldn't hurt me, Kawaii-chan. You're just really, really stupid.
It is.
Huh?
Yep.
Kawaii-chan, this would not have happened if you respected my feelings and didn't rush things. The fact that you always want to kiss me, granted, I enjoyed that, but that's all we do.
That's also because you don't let her talk, you know, or like respond to her questions.
I know that there's more to you than this.
That's actually a fair point. I mean, she's opened up to you more than she ever did to anyone else, except possibly Dane, because we don't know what they talked about. Then again,
No, Damien.
Much talking at all.
And I'm pretty sure it's not like Damien and her didn't even talk. They just made out because they annoyed each other.
I'm sure they had a few conversations every once in a
Yeah,
while. I know that they
But I don't
made
think
out
she
quite a lot.
opened up on the deeper level.
Yeah, again, I don't know. It's a possibility, but apart from him, maybe you're the only one, Zane.
But I feel like you're putting up an act with me. I feel like I'm dating Kawaii-chan instead of Nana. Kawaii-chan is sweet and loving, but she also wants us to be something we're not. Nana, I felt that I was finally getting to understand who you are, and I really enjoy being around you.
This is a good distinction between Zane and Damien, actually. I mean, eventually, you know, they won me over as the Damien replacement because I thought they ended things way too soon.
Oh no,
But
the
you
whole
know what?
Damien
worked
thing
out
was
for the
executed horribly. I mean, like,
Yes, I know. Just saying it worked out for the best.
yeah.
The ends don't justify. Well, the ends don't quite justify the means, but they're close.
That's a flawed
It's
theory.
because I don't know what a relationship should be.
Huh?
It's more than just making out. I mean,
To be me.
I know that
Every
much. I never been in a
relationship seems
relationship.
perfect.
That's what she. Yeah. Well, hold on. We went through this in the episode that I like so much. The fact that they're not perfect, and also, and also that no relationship is, and you have to try and figure that out for yourself. So I guess maybe that hasn't quite sunk it in yet.
when it comes to actually being in one, I don't know what to do when it
And this is how you open up. Thank you. We got here in the end.
isn't perfect.
I mean, it took a while. It took
At least when I'm
whole cheating
Kawaii-chan,
thing, but you know.
I'm more confident.
But that's the problem. The person I want to know, the real you, isn't going to be in the relationship.
See, here's the thing. When people will put on like personas and stuff, actually, Mona and I talked about this a while ago, because actually when we're in private, we just use our real names to refer to each other. Partly for this reason. I don't think I'm really that different on camera to what I am like in real life, because I can be very bombastic and theatrical sometimes, and change my mood depending on comedic timings and stuff. Do I exaggerate a bit and play out for the cameras? Absolutely. But really, I think it comes down to if you give yourself, if you feed enough of your personality into yourself to become, it becomes a regular thing, then eventually, that's why some people when they played a role for so long, they don't know where they end and the role begins, because of that very reason, because it eventually becomes so ingrained that it becomes like an actual part of your personality. You're able to actually affect your own self. So to me, Kawaii-chan really was never different to Nana. It's just a more exaggerate and more selective portion of Nana. Nana, of course, would be the full picture here, but not necessarily an entirely different person.
Kawaii-chan is that who you really want to be? Are you sure? That's why I want to take our time.
I'm sorry for being stupid and not thinking about your feelings. I'm so sorry.
Kawaii-chan.
Also, I think actually maybe the way to distinguish Kawaii-chan and Nana actually is depending on like the pitch of Moika's delivery, because whenever she goes into the more emotional side, or the more honest side, she actually tones it down. So I guess the voice was again also part of it, which actually in drama school I was taught that you can in fact also modify your own voice and the way your intonation works in order to actually in real life. I never got around to doing it myself. Actually, I was only there for the year, but I got the principle down for different things, and that's not the same thing as like the range stuff that you might find a voice actor do. But that's I mean just like for general speech, depending on what's actually healthier for you. You never know.
It's okay. Please, let's just take a breath and let us take this in time.
When I kissed you in the haunted house, I did it
Because you shipped yourself with him. Yes, we were all there. We remember.
I was afraid I was going to lose someone I let get close to me. I was afraid you wouldn't be interested if I didn't do anything.
Ah, so Ghost's arrival actually was what 21. Actually, I kind of knew that. Yeah.
You don't always have to do something new, Kawaii-chan. It's okay to be together and just enjoy each other. It's fine to go slow.
But it gets repetitive.
Welcome to life! That's what life is, Kawaii-chan. It doesn't mean that you can't spice things up every now and then, but being able to be around each other and just enjoy each other is a part of life.
I promise. I'll start learning how to take it slow. I'm so sorry for what I did.
This doesn't mean I completely forgive you for what happened with Gareth.
Yeah.
But it's...
And also great life
a start. Okay?
Alright. Can we just hold hands for now?
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
I like this music. I mean, I don't like how it took, drama to actually have a conversation. Like, I don't like that, I don't like how it took.
Wait, you don't like the conversation part?
No, I don't like how it took the drama to get to the conversation. Like I didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I don't like how it took a full-on cheating to be like, oh, maybe we should slow down. Like Jesus,
Yeah, it's another the end doesn't justify the means thing. I mean, they already went through the idea of going too fast before when they called Aphmau out on the boat, which again, one of my favorite scenes in the entire show. I don't think we needed something that was this big in order to actually get there. But you know what? Overall, I take it back. I should have. This is not one of the worst episodes. I actually should have. Actually, shouldn't have said that to Monet before. Not that she would have most likely showed up anyway, because she doesn't really enjoy watching Aphmau with me as much as we originally thought. But yeah, I don't know. I keep reminding her just in case she wants to, like, hey, you know, drop by, say something, hang out, you know?
Yeah.
Again, just exist. I mean, clearly this is monotony for me, so why not? Would have tied things together quite nicely, but there you go. I'll just message her on WhatsApp later and be like, I regret it. I shouldn't have said that thing. I mean, for crying out loud, compared to what the characters have to apologize for in this episode, that's nothing. So, yeah, I'm completely fine with that. So, yeah, overall, this one, it's interesting because, again, the main thing that's happening is Aphmau and Aaron getting engaged. That's the overlay from the last episode, but yet they get one scene in here, and it was all about, oh, hey, hey, do you remember that thing that happened last episode? Yes, it certainly happened. It wasn't a dream. Now let's hide your ears, and then we don't even see her hide her ears. And then, you know, once again we go back to Zane, Chan, and traveling. It's almost like at this point, is so far into the Aphmau and Aaron story that maybe Jess was feeling what the fan base were feeling at the time, which was that Aphmau and Aaron hogged the spotlight, and that some more focus on the other romantic couplings, particularly the other main two, or well, main two couples, you know, on the others, that's they needed more attention.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know if Zane Chan needed a full-on cheating thing for attention, but you know.
Oh no! They didn't need this kind of attention. They needed a kind of attention, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But again, not this one.
It's
The end does not justify the means.
Okay, like I don't think it's bad, but I just don't like. I don't like the wet cheating. I don't like cheating in stories for drama's sake, you know.
Yeah, I'm not always that fond of jealousy stuff either. But possibly because, you know, a previous partner of mine was very keen on teasing me and trying to see if I would get jealous about some things that objectively do not matter, and therefore my logical brain was like, whatever, fine. You know, it's like, oh, your best friend's a guy, great, fantastic. You know, oh, you want to hang out with him because you promised. Well, you promised. Go ahead. That kind of thing.
How dare you keep your promises and hang out with someone of the opposite sex? Oh God! Like, who does she think you were so long?
But see, the thing is, she was doing that because that was her way of trying to figure out if I was actually going to like display what she considered to be the typical signs of attraction, you know, and actually, you know, and romantic feelings and stuff. What she thought that was supposed to be like. Again, she went with an idea of relationship, but not necessarily the actual know-how of one.
Yeah.
And the irony is that people who know who she is know that she has a connection to Aphmau.
Oh, you're talking about that girl. Oh God.
Yes, that one.
The she demon.
Yes, the she demon. yeah, fittingly enough, the one who cheated on me. It all just comes full circle, clearly. And actually, speaking of the whole jealousy thing, now that I think about the connection with Aphmau and stuff, there's actually, yeah, jealousy has spurned on both of actually no, all three in a way of these of the main couples. I mean, right now in this one episode, we had Kai getting in the way of Travis, or you know, so he thought. So he finally, in the last moments, actually decided to ask Caitlyn out. You know, and even though he could have done that at any other point, it would have been way more significant because it wasn't under threat, as he would think. Then we also, of course, have again, what we talked about before, the whole Zane betrayed thing. Again, the title of the video, the Zane betrayed thing, which forces Kawaii-chan or Nana to come through. But not only that, but also we had in Acon 2016, all the way back in season 1, we had all the times when Aaron actually put aside what possibly could have been jealousy, up until really the points of people that beating over Aphmau during the Acon, and also actually going ahead and asking Zane first if he was in love with Aphmau. So in a way, that it always seems like there has to be a rival somewhere in order for that to go by. Is that just whatever she was exposed to in terms of romantic dramas? Because I don't think that was true to life. As far as I can tell from Jess and Jason's love story, there was no rival there. I don't know, unless there was some other warrior out there out to impress her with his dungeon questing
There's a rival.
and asking for a healer.
There's a rival or person who wants a healer, and that is the story. And then Jason was like, "Oh no, how dare!"
Yes, exactly. It's like, "Oh no, I've taken so much damage because I was fighting so many goblins in the dungeons or whatever. I really could use a healer right now." Wink. and then Jason's like, "Jess, can we just go over here for a second? We're in a chat room. Okay, mute yourself." Do you want to go on a date? It's like that kind of thing. Okay.
The ship will
I
sail one day.
I guess
Well, the ship has sailed.
Reed Store had his share of rivals. He didn't know who she was going to end up with, if anyone at all. So everybody thought he was going to end up with.
Wait, who was Morwenna's rival then? Morwenna needed a romantic rival. Is her romantic rival Pop? I guess I don't know. I don't think.
Well, again, if I had followed the Aphmau formula to a T, then it would have been. But again, I've said this before, Pop is way too full of herself to be radically inclined towards anyone. So
yeah, I do kind of want to see a Pop romance and see her mess it up, or maybe become a better person through the romance. Maybe she's like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't be a douche canoe."
Yeah, possibly getting convinced that she needs that she needs a boyfriend or something like that. It's like, oh, it's a sign of popularity or something like that, or just because everyone else was doing it and therefore she also wants to, that kind of thing. Maybe.
Yeah.
That is more likely to happen because again, it will actually possibly make her finally realize that she needs to actually, not always look out for number one. There are plenty of other numbers, infinite amount for that matter. So, so yeah. Okay. Anyway, besides that fact, little too much jealousy and cheating. Ends unjustify the means, but otherwise good episode. There we go. All right. Now, everyone, please leave a like or dislike because your
opinion matters.
Already. And on that note, until next
time.
Oh, wait.
Farewell.
Next one.
Oh.
Hold on. When is next time? I check when next time is. Should have done that while we were talking.
Yeah.
Let's see. I actually checked a bunch of streams today because I forgot.
Oh, yeah. How did the stream with Piccolo about Piccolo's son? How'd that go?
Oh, that was really fun. There was a surprising amount of people there, considering that I don't normally stream exclusively on the Butter Bunch.
Oh wait, imagine someone starts commenting on you if Piccolo had a son and be like, "You copy Masako X." When those came out before that, I was just like, "You copied him."
How dare you come with the same idea 2 years ago? But actually, the actual scenario itself wasn't actually that similar in the end. It was more similar to me than a lot of other people's were, because most of them were like, oh, during the Saiyan saga beforehand, he decides to have a child for seemingly no reason, and the child is able to it doesn't affect the plot until later, or actually is strong enough to make a difference and defeats Nappa, that kind of thing, most of the time. No, this one actually, Banshuri was the name of the child, not Nail or Drum or anything. Banshuri actually seemingly is a necromancer, So that's a
necro-
huge twist.
Is that even a thing in Dragon Ball? Like, is necromancy even a thing?
No, no, well, no, it isn't. Yes, there's like many ways to revive someone from the dead, but you've never been able to, as an Namekian, heal somebody to the extent that they come back to life.
That's kind of weird. A weird choice, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? If anyone's watching this archive, go ahead and check out that stream. What if people had a son by Masako in all caps? It's the one with my gacha, obviously looking very deranged in the thumbnail. He's on the Butter Bunch if you're interested.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm so jealous.
We have a server now.
Ooh.
We have a Butter Bunch server now, so I created that during the stream itself. So that was an interesting experience. Better than the announcement that I had planned. Oh well. Speaking of announcements, I now hereby announce that the next episode is going to be on the 9th of September. So we have another 3 days. Same time, same place.
Same place, 5 years later.
Yeah, and also the videos were engaged. I forgot to say that. So yeah, the next videos were engaged. 5 years later, blah, blah, blah. Like and subscribe. And on that note, until next time.
Farewell.